Welcome in, Dark Hearts. I'm Wolfie.
And Mooney, and this is your Nerd Network News.
Alien Romulus dropped over the weekend, and we know everyone's first question when it comes to this heavily video game-inspired film. Was the final boss the most disturbing creature ever created? Yes, it was.
Alien Resurrection's BBEG can't even hold a candle to Romulus's.
Romulus was heavily inspired by the game Alien Isolation, and it definitely shows as plot advancements and battles throughout Romulus play out like game missions or waves of enemies.
As someone who's played Alien Isolation, but never actually beat it because it's too terrifying, you can tell that this movie 100% is inspired by that game. Alien Romulus did an absolutely amazing job with the camera angles. Not only did it make you feel like you were right there with the group, it made you feel like you were in a first-person perspective on a video game. All the shots in space of the planet's ring. Oh my goodness, you guys, they made that ring actually look like a planet's ring. They spared no expense. And since the movie used very little CGI, my brain is melting trying to figure out what they did for the materials on the acid scene. It really looked like acid blood floating in zero-G. Y'all, if that wasn't CGI, how did they do it? And that's just the tip of the iceberg for the special effects that were in the movie. The actors that played the main characters, Rain and Andy, had such stellar performances, especially Andy. He had all the extra work of the nuances that a failing robotic would have, and he nailed it.
Benjamin Wallfish was given one instruction on doing the score for Alien Romulus: anxiety. If you haven't seen the movie yet, I'm gonna recommend you pick a different snack because their use of silence to draw you into the movie resulted in one moment where I went to reach for some popcorn, the bag crinkled, and I jump scared myself. Alien Romulus fulfills its promise to go back to its horror roots, and it proves that you don't need to be gory to be horror. There is, of course, gonna be some gore in this movie. I'm just saying it's not the scariest thing about it. And that is the result of utilizing all of the elements of storytelling. Romulus utilizes its score, its imagery, its dialogue, and its use of twists and turns to keep you engaged and in a first-person perspective to all of the horror that it unleashes.
All in all, Alien Romulus is a disturbing story with some wholesome highlights. We're gonna give Alien Romulus a 5 out of 5 Dark Hearts and a facehugger popcorn bucket, because we have no complaints. And until then, Dark Hearts, keep an eye out for those phones on the wall.
NNN would like to thank our listeners for tuning in.
And our radio sponsor, 88.1 FM, KVSC, your sound alternative. And Woodforia, DJs, photography, and more. You can get a quote for your special event at MinnesotaProDJ.com.
Make sure you like and subscribe to DarkHeart_Studios on YouTube, hit that bell, and follow our socials for full video versions of NNN, interviews, and live events coverage.
Thank you for tuning in, Dark Hearts. This is Mooney.
And Wolfie, signing off.